Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham. Alongside Jim Hardy, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. If you got any comments or any questions, by all means, give us a call, 256-234-6221. A lot to talk about, as we mentioned, talked about yesterday, SEC Media Days will get underway on Monday in Atlanta. 5 questions for Hugh Freeze. AL.com had 5 questions. We'll see if Jim can come up. What was 5 questions he wants to know from Hugh Freeze? I came up with 5. We may overlap, but, what are 5 questions you would have? What are any questions? One question you would have for Hugh Freeze at SEC Media Days. Undoubtedly, he will be asked a lot of different things from a lot of different people. There are usually some pretty interesting questions from the media in the open question part of it. But we'll talk about that. Auburn will be on the stage on Tuesday. I think Auburn got the best day this year. I think the last couple of years, Auburn has been maybe on Thursday. Seemed like we've been on the last day, and it's just kind of been almost an afterthought the last couple of times. But Auburn gets Tuesday. Auburn's going to be there with Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas. I mean, is there a better day than that?
There's going to be a lot of coverage there that day.
That's a headliner, man. Yeah. So the times have not yet been announced as far as I know, unless that's happened in the last hour or so. But Auburn will be on Tuesday. The times will be announced, I'm sure, probably tomorrow or sometime this weekend. But we'll break that down a little bit, talk about who's of course, it's been named who Auburn's going to take, Jackson Arnold, Keldrick Falk, and Connor Lew. We'll talk about that. We can get your thoughts on that if you'd like to let us know. But I thought about it. So many negative stories right now going on. It seems like everybody is taking a shot at your Auburn Tigers, Jim. And I said Auburn must be about to have a great year on the field because the knives have come out.
Right.
Everybody said, is taking Paul Feinbaum rakes Auburn, Hugh Freeze over the coals, all about this recruiting thing and the money situation, the house settlement deal. Of all people, A.J. McCarron. I mean, not that I can't imagine why anybody would care what A.J. McCarron thinks, but he's raking Hugh Freeze over the coals publicly. Lane Kiffin takes a shot, I guess, the way Lane Kiffin always does on Twitter or some, kind of a backhanded kind of thing about Hugh Freeze playing golf, I think. But, of course, then you've got the DJ Barber thing. Have a lot of negativity in the media. Usually that tends to happen when Auburn is good because it always seems like they want to tear down Auburn. But you think there's anything to that?
Which one?
That Auburn's going to have a good season?
I mean,
this is a good sign. This is a good sign when you think about it.
If history shows itself, every time we've had some bad, it's turned out to be like surprising that people go, where'd they come from?
Yeah.
You ain't got but 2 routes in this one here. I think he set himself up for if he doesn't have a good season, he's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other option.
Well, I mean, do you get rid of John Cohen too? Because he seems to be the one that's
he's holding back. See, on the
his interpretation.
if we want to break down all the different problems we got going on, if the non-recruiting situation, we'll call it. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be.
Okay.
Hugh Freeze, the last 2 years, has got us what, in the top 10?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Number
so
6
did he all of a
last year,
sudden
if I'm
wake
not
up and go, I can't recruit anymore?
Oh, no.
There's factors that are holding this man back. I mean, he's proven he can recruit here, Ole Miss, everywhere he's been.
But apparently those same factors are not holding anybody else back.
Well, I think then it goes back to what you said. I think that Cohen's got a leash on him, and Cohen said, no, you go out there and tell them on August 1st, then we're going to tell them what the real numbers are, because we know, like I'm trying to think of that guy, the kid's name I read about the other day from Texas Tech that got $5 million for his contract for an offensive lineman.
Oyo or Oko. Or
yeah. Well, once you dig into actually what they did, it's actually on the internet now. They only guaranteed him like $2-point-something million, 2.2 or 2.4 over his 4 years. But the other 2-point-something another was in an NIL contract that they've got to run through the system come August 1st and find out if it even flies or not.
Right.
So maybe that's what Cohen is doing, is taking the perspective of, okay, look, we can go throw this kid right here in our area. We can go throw Sendarian Morgan, $5 million, come play for us. But maybe only $750,000 of it's actual revenue money. The rest of it's some big NIL deal we threw out there that Andy wants to pay him. Well, then when they go fly it across the whoever this group is going to look into it, then it just blows apart. They're like, wait a minute, Andy can't pay him $4 million to wash his car on Fridays. I mean, it ain't going to fly. And I think there's some good and the bad in both situations. I do think Cohen is trying to do the best job he can do to keep us out of a mess, because I don't know how the best way to say it, but it's like come August 1st, once some of these things actually start going through, some of these contracts are going to fall apart. Now, when that contract falls apart, I'm not saying it's with Morgan. Maybe it's with another one. But the money people are promising are not all there, just like Texas Tech. If that deal falls through and all that kid can get is $2 million, does he say, well, hey, I want to go check out Alabama now? Do I want to go check out Auburn? Do I want to go check? You get what I'm saying? There seems like
$2 million if he stays all 4 years?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, well, now that, depending on how they write that contract up, that's how it would be. But see, then here's the other kicker to the whole thing. What did we figure out the other day? You and I were sitting here. It was like $20.5 million was going to be the rev number, but they were going to take $2.5 million from it for scholarships. So that's 18. Mm. Let's say
that's for the entire athletic department.
Correct. So let's just say on the best day, one university keeps 16 of the 18 million in football.
Okay.
Well, I can't do math off the top of my head, but what's $2 million out of your 16? They just give that kid.
Well, 500,000 of it if it's for all 4 years.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is they just gave that kid a big portion of their rev share right there.
No doubt.
Because I think me and you figured it out the other day. If you do all the numbers for 105 athletes, it was like some $75 or $100,000. I think it was a kid. Well, they just took 5 kids' salary right there from them and that one kid. This is where this thing's going to get tricky, and I think that's where Cohen's playing with it is. Like I brought it up to you before, Hughes already made a statement that he spent some of the offseason sending his guys to NFL GMs trying to learn how to break this down. Do you give 10% to your quarterback, 5% to a running back, 3% to a tight end? Where's the money going to go, how it's going to flow? And I think right now people are still living in the Wild Wild West. They're just throwing money and hoping it sticks.
Well, the problem with that is that's what you're basing on a cap.
Correct.
If you're basing if Auburn is saying, yes, we're just talking about the revenue sharing, but everybody else is talking about, well, we're still doing NIL as pay for play.
Right.
And, what you can't say it's illegitimate. No matter if you say it's illegitimate or not, kid's just going to sue you and it's going to be thrown out in court. So we're just operating like the NIL is just a supplement.
Correct.
And it's a way to get around the salary cap.
Correct. No.
Now, and apparently Auburn's not doing that.
Right. Well,
I mean, so
now that's the part I'm following you on is if it's that blatant that it's like, okay, everybody else in the SEC is doing it but Auburn, and Auburn's choosing to sit over here and go and say, hey, look, we're just going to take our chances and give the kid the real number instead of getting sued or all these other things. They're taking the high road. The high road may end up leaving them dry. They may not have nothing to set on when they get there.
Yeah. Well, I said this to Luke Tuesday night. I'll say it to you, and I'll say it to everybody. If you really want to do this, now look, I mean, the genie's out of the bottle, so we're never going back to the way college football used to be. But if you want to have a quote unquote salary cap, and you want NIL to be what it was intended to be, then I don't understand. I mean, it would be a lot easier to police to just say the university can have absolutely nothing to do with NIL. Nothing to do. You can't set kids up with boosters. You can't set them up with businesses. You can't even email them to suggest to do. You need to talk. You need to give this person a call. You can't have any talk. NIL is completely separate from that. If the kid wants to go to businesses and to profit on his name, image, and likeness, that's his business.
Right.
Which is the same as it is for an NFL or any other athlete.
Well, and that's the thing. I think the NFL shows a great model for that. You don't see everybody on that team making millions of dollars off of commercials and sponsorships and everything.
Michael Jordan made the vast majority of his money from Nike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you went truly off of what it was designed for, I don't think you can give any freshman coming in the door money because he don't have a name.
No, that's the point. If the kid, if somebody looks at him, some business looks at him and says, "Man, we think this guy's going to be a star," and they want to do something, then the kid can go to him or the business can go to him. But you don't go through the university,
right?
And that has nothing to do with. That's all the kid's business. There is no offer from the school saying, "Well, we'll give you this plus NIL." No. That has nothing to do with the school anymore. And if you could police that,
right?
And I don't know. It seems too simple. Am I saying something out of school here?
No, I mean it seems like a good thought. The problem is what you've already brought up. That
and
all
I don't think you could be sued for that though. That's about as legal as it. I mean,
you can't anything you can be sued for.
Well, what are you being sued for?
Right. Well, that's the.
So I mean, if you don't have any part of it, I mean, they can't sue you to say you need to do this.
Right.
So I mean, I think
you've already had kids sue that they were saying that because they didn't get their fourth year or fifth year, you're taking away from their livelihood that they could have made NIL dollars.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of lawsuits coming that this could have been or should have been or. How all those things are.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break, but we'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
About an hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But with the Zaxby's Sauce Boss box, he's dunking all over these fools.
Welcome to Dunk City. I'm the mayor and the sheriff.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
The clock is ticking on the spectacular pre-owned truck sale now in progress at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Chevy, Ford, GMC, and Dodge trucks and Toyota trucks too. Full size and heavy duty, smaller trucks, work trucks. Prices and payments on all pre-owned trucks have been slashed. This is your chance to get a clean late model used truck at the price you want. And during the sale, special finance rates are now in effect. This sale may end at any time. One location only, Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small, commercial or residential. For all your needs, give them a call today. Sensagreen, heating, cooling, and insulation for air. That's cool and clean. Call on Sensagreen. They are the carrier dealer in this area. 334-487-3555. And finally, Russell Dewitt Center. They got 9 locations conveniently located throughout central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. They can beat the big box store. All right, Jim. If we must, go ahead.
Knock him out.
Let's talk about your boy H.
Tell me your thoughts.
Apparently they don't teach English at the University of Alabama because the man can't speak, number one. But look, we all get tongue-tied, and I certainly am. I fit that list too. So, but yeah, does Hugh Freeze feel pressure? I would hope so.
Yeah.
After not having a winning season in the first 2 years, does that mean? I mean, look, we've talked about this, and I understand Auburn's an easy target right now. Hugh Freeze is an easy target, right now, but all of a sudden, the entire Auburn staff and Hugh Freeze did not just forget how to recruit.
Correct.
Something is different. It's not just, okay, he's trying to cover his rear end because things have not gone well the first 2 years. That's not why Auburn's ranked 77th in or whatever it is. It changes daily in the recruiting rankings. I don't know. I don't know exactly why. You got somewhat of an explanation from John Cohen. You got somewhat of an explanation from Hugh Freeze. The House settlement definitely has changed things in the world of college athletics. There's something different going on. It's not just that all of a sudden, and, to Mr. McCarron's, to contradict his assessment, I don't think you're stupid to go to Auburn if you're a player in the state of Alabama. People have been doing it. Kids have been doing it for quite a while, and they've been quite successful at Auburn.
Correct.
And Auburn, if I'm not mistaken, got, 8 of the top 10 high school recruits in the state of Alabama last year?
Correct.
So look,
you're trying to break a man down that you just said he's scrambling and he can't do it. He did it last year. Why can't he do it this year? Like you said, there's an underlying factor there somewhere that he's holding off of, and we got a long way to go to December too, AJ. This ship could turn around real quick, because if you start putting W's on the field, you get kids from Alabama that start looking and go, wait a minute, I want to go over there.
And to say that this is in somehow, the great University of Alabama. In this day and age,
right?
That means nothing. Now it's all about money. That's the number one factor in all of these. You could say, well, was Auburn getting outbid for all of these recruits? Well, obviously so.
Yeah.
That seems to be the general consensus. Why is Auburn getting outbid? That's the question.
And for him to really break it down in the whole conversation that he had on this podcast there, to really, he drove it home. Like, if you're an in-state kid, you don't want to go to that university. Then he breaks it down even further. It's like, because when it's all over at that university, you're not going to have the same choices you would at Alabama. They're going to give you 10 times the availability of getting jobs and getting things and doing stuff. And I just think he's completely missed the boat altogether. Because last time I checked it, these were student athletes, so they're going to get an education. If you go look at it, we're dealing with civil engineers, chemical engineers. You think about what Auburn's pumping out. It's harder for GPA-wise to get into Auburn than it is Alabama. I think last time I checked, Auburn's either 22 or 23 on ACT. Alabama's 19.
I fully admit this state is 60-40 Alabama.
Yeah.
I think everybody understands that.
And I think it's
the media is in the bag for Alabama.
Correct.
I understand that. I think we all understand that.
Now, don't you think you being the fan that you are, and all of us the same way, don't you think that's really because of when a lot of us that are living now was coming along, and the ones before us, Bear Bryant was in his heyday.
Sure.
And it was like, let's jump on the Alabama bandwagon.
Of course.
That's what got this thing started, and I fully agree with you. 60-40, 55-45, somewhere in there are those numbers. I don't think it's 80-20.
No.
And it ain't 70-30.
No, it's not.
So he's misguided when he says the statement that Alabama runs this state.
Yes.
And I think I made a statement to you earlier. I think he might want to just look in his own household, because he went to Auburn University and got his wife. So let's see who's running his house.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care what A.J. McCarron says. He was a good college quarterback. Yeah. More power to him.
Yeah, won 2 titles. That shows you can play the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I think, and it could be as simple as what I said to you off there. Sometimes these former athletes, I throw Cam Newton in that bunch too. They go out and get them a podcast, and then they want to make, what do you call them, hit statements to where people clickbait. They want to get people over to his podcast. Well, I'm not even going to tell you the name of it, because I don't think it's worth it after what he said.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Paul Feinbaum says, oh, yeah, by the way, Urban Meyer said that Cam Newton was the worst player he ever dealt with in all of college.
Yeah.
In his entire career. And I'm thinking, a scumbag like Urban Meyer, that's your source that you're going to go to?
Yeah.
That's the reliable source that you're going to look at? Well, okay.
I just think it's easy,
And by the way, Aaron Hernandez was,
murdered someone.
Yeah. Was that his name?
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, he murdered somebody, but no, yeah.
But he wasn't the worst.
Cam was the worst person he ever dealt with, sure. As he was hitting on, one of his daughter's friends or something, at a bar. But, yeah, attaboy, Urban. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you on this Thursday. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Tremendous place to get some tremendous food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. I had the ribs and the potato salad and the baked beans for 4th of July.
I'm glad you finally got the ribs.
I finally tried them. They were absolutely
I've had them twice,
delicious.
and they've been amazing.
Man. Baby back, oh yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
And I love the baked beans as well. They had put the hamburger meat in there.
That's what I was about to say. Did they add any meat to them?
And stuff, man.
Oh,
it was really, really good.
Yeah.
But they've got deals going on. They got daily lunch specials. Go and check out their website, steaksandwine.com. Just the letter N, steaksandwine.com. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, tremendous place. Great people. Go and check them out today. All right, let's go to the phone line and pick up. Hit that blinking one there.
Yes.
There we go. Try that. Hey, Terry, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Going well. How about you? Long time no hear.
I've been running around, been working a lot.
That's a good thing.
I'm listening. I think I'd like to take a shot at this why recruiting has fell off, if you guys don't mind.
By all means.
But recruiting has fell off because the play on the field has stunk. And guys can go anywhere and go 5 and 7. That's just the truth of the matter. And that people keep dancing around that. I know that Brian Harsin left us in a mess. That's obvious. And it's going to take you some time. But they should have been better than 5 and 7 last year. They should have been. But the players and high school players, are going to wait and see what the product on the field is first before they commit. And even if they do commit to Alabama or Georgia or Miami or wherever, Notre Dame, with the portal, they could end up at somewhere else the next year. So what does a recruiting class really mean?
I definitely think that's a factor in it. I think it's multifaceted. I think but that's definitely a part of it. And a lot of people will push back and say, well, Auburn lost a recruit to Florida State. They went 2-10 last year. Yes, that's true, but Auburn has had 4 straight losing seasons. Florida State actually, won 12 games just a couple of years ago, and then just had a terrible year. So there's at least some, winning in the recent past. So, Auburn's got to get off this schneid here, of losing seasons. They've got to show that they're a team on the rise. They've been saying ever since Hugh Freeze was hired that Auburn's a team on the rise. Well, you got to prove it at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And did you say 4 straight losing seasons? I thought it was 5, but 4. Okay. I know they had one appearance in the Birmingham Bowl for all that's worth, which is nothing.
Well, 2020 we went 6-5.
Okay. So 6-5 is the best record since 2020.
That is correct.
And recruits are going to look at that, quite honestly, and they're going to look at that, and they're going to look deep into it, and it's going to be a factor. It is the factor, I think, because guys can go anywhere and lose, but you can't go anywhere and win. So they're going to have to win, 8 or 9 ball games this year. And look, I've been on, Peyton Thorne hard and heavy, and I think he was for the most part pathetic, but he was the quarterback, and the quarterback room was just horrible last year. It was bad. It was really bad. But that was Hugh Freeze's fault. He bought into that because he didn't go out and recruit another quarterback in the portal or the whatever recruiting just because he believed in Peyton Thorne. He sold him. He sold him that he's going to get better, and he didn't. He got worse. He made the same dumb mistakes as a senior he did as a junior. Running when he's not supposed to, and not running when he's supposed to. So, that they are looking into this, and the players are looking at this, and so don't be surprised if Auburn's recruiting class picks up if they have success on the field.
I don't disagree. I think that's a good take. Appreciate it, Terry. Again, I don't think it's the only thing. I think money is a big, big part of this. But I definitely think that's a factor.
You know, here's a way to think to combine both of them. If a kid could make $1 million, let's just use that as a generic number, at said school, Florida, he's a receiver. But Auburn offers him 1.2, but they bring up what you say, well, you can't go over there and win. Do you take the $1 million in Florida because you can win, or do you take 1.2 because all you're looking at is dollars?
Well, depends on, I mean, how much more would it take?
Correct.
You know, are we talking 10,000 or are we talking 100,000?
Right, yeah. For each person, it's going to be different.
Now,
are you willing to take
$100,000? I think that's probably.
Well, yeah.
For me,
are you willing to take a job you don't
that.
like for an extra $100,000, or do you want to stay somewhere you're happy and enjoy going to work for?
And there's still the possibility that it's going to, you're going to win. It's not a guaranteed loss.
Correct. But if you've had, like Terry just brought up, and you did too, 4 to 5 losing seasons, it's a pretty good track record there.
There is, but
and 2 of them's with this coach.
It's got to turn around at some point.
Correct. It may be after he's gone.
That's what you sell. That's what they used to sell. Do you want to be part of the resurgence, of this?
Yeah.
Well, this better be it.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Did you know that Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air service fee is good for 30 days for all 4 trades? That's right. If we service your home's electric, plumbing, HVAC, or garage doors, we will come back within 30 days for any of the 4 trades at no additional cost to you. A licensed and trained Dixie technician will service your home with our signature warehouse on wheels, and all work will be backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. What are you waiting for?
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. All right, we'll start this. I don't know if we'll have time to finish it, but we'll at least talk a little bit about it. Hugh Freeze, SEC Media Days on Tuesday of next week. So just give me a couple of questions. Just give me one question. What's the number one question you want to ask Hugh Freeze, or you would ask? You're in that room. You're in the media. Question, the floor is opened. Hugh Freeze, they call on you. What's your question for him?
I'd probably say, Coach, in your recent interviews, you've been very confident that you will win this year. What makes you feel that confident?
Okay. That's a good one.
That will leave him off the hook where he can give his answer he wants.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that is a probing question, yet it is one that it's probably in his wheelhouse.
That's right, yeah. Now, if you were, because we're coming from the Auburn Blitz.
If
we were coming from the Alabama Blitz, it might be different.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It would be different.
Yes.
Why are you so terrible?
Correct.
Hugh Freeze?
Yeah. Well, everywhere you've been, you've lost.
Well, if I had one question, it would be, did you play as much golf last summer as you did this summer?
Yeah.
I honestly want to know that question, because people have made such a big deal about that this year.
Yeah, and I think there was another reporter covered that, and I can't remember who it was now, but that's basically the summation of what you said is, we're pretty sure that he's loved golf his whole life. He played it at Liberty. He's played it at Auburn. Mm-hmm. Odds are he played it just as much last year and the year before his first year that he was at Auburn. He's just an idiot this time and posted the scores on the PGA Tour page, for people to see.
Well, again, if he did it last year and you got the number 6 class,
yeah, who cares?
I mean, what? It's not like so he could say, hey, that would give him an opportunity to say, hey, I didn't do anything different this summer than I did last summer. I love playing golf. That's how I relax.
It boils down to what me and you've already discussed 100 times. At the end of the day, I don't care what he does.
No.
If a W ends up on that scoreboard, outside of hurting someone, other than that, yes, if he's going to play golf every morning at 8
I'd rather not prostitutes be involved.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's Liberty's issue. Okay. That's not ours so far. But if he wants to play golf at 8
Ole
o'clock,
Miss's issue.
Well, I forgot about them too, because you had Tunsil.
I don't think
who was the lineman? It was that Tunsil.
Technically, I don't think that there were any kind of issues like that at Liberty. I think that was it.
I think it's still, the record is still out there.
Well, there was something that he was accused of, and this brought up, that happened when he was in high school, that he was at a high school.
Right.
That was the whole, I ain't going to go into it.
But all that being.
Which was none of it proven, by the way. But
all that being washed away, W. Put a W up.
That'll help.
This year,
beat Baylor.
This year, put 9 W's up, and they won't even talk about your golf come January.
Yeah.
That'll be an afterthought.
Well, I think some of these questions are kind of lame. These are AL.com's 5 questions for Hugh Freeze. Which wide receiver has the best chance to reach 1,000 yards? I think everybody would say Cam Coleman.
I'm going to say Singleton.
Okay.
Because you're going to put him in more spots than you would.
Everybody but Jim would say Cam.
Thank you. It's because he's more multi-purposeful to me. They've kept Cam on the outside all the time in these routes and then formations. What you saw they did with KLS last year, they put him inside. They handed him the ball a few times. They done things to put him in spots that what you just brought up. If everybody knew that man right there, Coleman, was going to be your guy to get 1,000 yards, don't you think they're going to double cover him, bracket coverage where they got people over the top of him? It's going to be harder for him to get 1,000 than it would be somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'll tell you somebody that's scary sneaky that's going to sneak up on people they're not expecting is Malcolm Simmons. Malcolm is being put into spots. I don't know that he's going to quite get 1,000 yards, but I bet you see him get between that 600 to 800. He's going to be put into spots that nobody's expecting where he came from.
Well, if you can find somebody to throw him the ball consistently,
that's correct.
Put him in good position. This wide receiver room is capable of not only producing 1,000-yard receiver.
Oh.
They could produce 2.
Correct.
I say that, and that would be just like Auburn. Mm-hmm. You know how many 1,000-yard receivers Auburn's had in their history?
Yeah, you went over it one day. You went through the numbers with us.
You know how many? Take a guess.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
How many 1,000 yards? We always talk about, when's the last time? Oh, yeah, it's at Ronnie Daniels, 1999. It's the last time Auburn had a 1,000-yard receiver.
I was there for that.
How many 1,000-yard receivers in a single season has Auburn had in their history?
I mean, I'm going to say 10.
2.
Okay.
Terry Beasley and Ronnie Daniels.
See, that's the you would think, even though during like the Damian Craig years, we would have had one.
You would think.
Yeah.
I mean, Karsten Bailey had a lot of really good years. Tyrone Goodson had a lot of really good years.
Threw for several thousand yards.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should have been somebody in that mix.
You would have thought.
Yeah.
Darvin Adams got to like 980 one year. I mean, and next year he was close.
I just think that the stuff you're about to see Auburn run with all this plethora of wide receivers, could it be the opposite of this question? Could it be harder for any one of them to get to 1,000 because they're going to spread it all over the field?
Maybe. It depends on how successful they are, though.
Right.
Because
if you're worried, like what we're talking about, Cam is projected to be one of the top 3 receivers in the nation. Mm-hmm. If you're worried about him, then you're going to forget about Singleton. Well, if you start throwing to Singleton, then you're going to worry about those 2. Well, then here comes Malcolm, here comes Bryce Kane, here comes Perry Thompson. I mean, the list can keep going.
Well, like I say, this is what where I was going. It'd be just like Auburn. It would be so typically Auburn to have 2 guys go for 1,000 yards in 1 year.
Yeah.
And so now if that happens, we've won 9 or 10 games.
I'm gonna say Malcolm stands a chance of having 1,000 all-purpose yards.
I could go with that as well.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. All right, a couple of the more on these, and then we got to take a break. Who will be the starting kicker? I hope we already know that. Alex McPherson.
Yep.
Which freshman safety has the best chance to play this season? Eric Winters or
New boy?
From Thompson. His name escapes me.
Not Fagan.
Yes.
Fagan.
Anquan. And who will be the starting tight end heading into fall camp?
I think that's pretty easy because you got, what is it? Frazier is your senior.
Frazier's coming back.
And you got Tate Johnson there. Well, everybody knows that Tate Johnson's in there for a blocking tight end.
True.
So I think they gave you that.
Will Deuce Knight see the field against SEC opponents? I hope not, to be perfectly honest, because that means if
well, I mean, you could see it in some garbage time, but then why did you bring the kid from California over here if he wasn't your experienced backup?
Yeah.
I think they want Deuce to watch this whole season go down without throwing a ball.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The office is on both Bank Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Banner Building Summer Sale is happening right now. No money down, no payments for 90 days, plus 12 months with zero interest now through August 31st on all portable wood and aluminum sheds, carports, garages, and barns built on site or delivered during the summer sales event happening right now at Banner Buildings, 4011 Warm Springs Road in Columbus, or online at bannerbuildingsga.com. Better buildings, better prices, Banner Buildings of Columbus.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
At Majestic Caverns, we believe in the power of unforgettable experiences. At a cool 60 degrees year-round, America's most historic caverns guarantees an enjoyable escape. But it doesn't stop there. With over 20 above-ground attractions, including 5 new ones this year, and our Cave Cafe, which offers delicious drinks and plenty of food options. And don't miss our exciting event, Libertas. On June 29th, July 6th, and July 13th, enjoy live entertainment and much more. At Majestic Caverns, your unforgettable adventure awaits.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Kyle had a good point, and I think it's one that I don't think people factor in. Wonder how much we had to pay to keep that top 10 class from last year intact, plus that top 10 transfer portal haul. Got to think about that too. Auburn, if they really, really like this roster, and they, have kept guys like Malcolm Simmons from leaving, guys like Amaris Williams from leaving. They have kept this intact, and they're saying, we really love this. Well, they got to pay this whole roster now, and that's not cheap. So, do you spend it on what you've got that you think is proven, or do you go out and spend it, on a recruiting class? Now, can you do both? Well, it looks like maybe some teams are doing both, but maybe not. So,
well, and it could be, again, what we talked about when the show opened. It could be that teams are spending imaginary money, and they're saying we can get you this NIL deal that has nothing to do with the university. And then if that NIL deal gets shot down, i.e. the kid from Texas Tech, you promised him 5. If he only gets 2 at the end of the day because that deal was shot down, then does he look elsewhere?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure he does.
Right.
All right, it is July the 10th. On this day in 1934, the AL won the All-Star game 9-7 at the Polo Grounds. National League pitcher Carl Hubble struck out Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin in a row. And that set a record for consecutive strikeouts in an All-Star game. I think that maybe has been broken since, but I don't think anybody – I mean, that's a pretty impressive little run there.
That's a list.
Yeah. That's something to be proud of.
Now, I wonder what it was, if it was the knuckleball he relied on, the curveball. Because, back then you weren't throwing 100.
No, that's
You
true.
had to have something to trick them.
That's a good question. I doubt it was a knuckleball. I don't think Carl Hubble threw one, but that's a fair question.
I'd love to know the pitch setup.
Yeah. All right, happy birthday today, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, sister of John Kennedy, and she founded the Special Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah. Born on this day, 1921, died in 2009. Jake LaMotta, of course, he was immortalized in the movie Raging Bull. Jake LaMotta, boxer, born on this day, 1922, died in 2017. Fred Gwynn, also known as Herman Munster, born on this day, 1926, died in 1993. Also in the movie Pet Sematary.
Don't think I saw that one.
It was not good. Stephen King movie, I believe.
Doesn't even sound good.
It's rough. A little kid coming after him that they bury and comes out back from the dead.
And his pet's coming after him.
It's not good. Yeah, the pets come back too, but it's not good. They don't come back the same. Jim, that's not a good thing. Yeah. Arlo Guthrie, born on this day, 1947, musician. Andre Dawson, the Hawk, Hall of Famer, I believe.
Cubs, is that correct?
Yeah, he played for the Cubs, played for the Padres. Born on this day, 1954. Roger Craig, remember him, running back for San Francisco?
Oh, yeah.
And those Super Bowl teams in the 80s and 90s?
West Coast offense.
Yeah. Born on this day, 1960. And speak of the devil, Urban Meyer, born on this day, 1964. And somewhere is thinking about how bad of a person Cam Newton is.
Right.
Sophia Vergara, voluptuous.
Don't know that.
Well, born on this day, 1972, but she's I think from South America. It's pretty good looking.
Okay.
And Jessica Simpson, born on this day, 1980.
She had a few people.
She had her day. She had a time, yeah.
She did Dukes
Daisy
of Hazzard.
Duke.
I think they got her right there.
That's true. It's going to wrap up the show for today, but never fear. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same channel, so join us then. He's Jim, I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.